Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of the Betfred Super League between Wigan Warriors and the Leeds Rhinos. Let's hope for a good game of rugby. Try to be impartial in a bit of them, but because I've got a friend who supports Leeds Rhinos, a little bit sways to that end, but I'm going to try my best. But I'll try my best to be in the middle. Just let you know. So I apologize. What? I said I'm going to try and be in the middle and try and be equal to both, but because I got a friend who supports Leeds Rhinos, I might slightly sway that way by a little bit. Oh. It sounds like this is an historical year for Leeds for Wigan Warriors because it's their 150th year as a rugby club. Why do they look like Hamilton Academical? But they look exactly, they weren't exactly the same like shirt that they wear, but it's just a rugby version.
Yeah, lost a few players, Leeds. Wigan at home. I think they're just shading tonight. Okay, again, split the count well over down.
So guys, get your voting in the chat. Leeds Rhinos versus Wigan Warriors. Hopefully it'll be a barnstormer.
Thanks, Brian. After a day of stormy weather, there is another storm brewing.
Oh, they're doing a
Stadium as Wigan prepare to take on one of their great rivals, the Leeds
wow.
Rhinos.
You can
Showing their support for Rugby League's Tackle It campaign.
Oh.
Against all forms of discrimination in all walks of life. A solid gesture from the Wigan Warriors as they take the knee and the Leeds Rhinos stand united in support of the cause. Well done to them. Yes, it's been a stormy day across the country.
And I can tell.
A bit of power generated here tonight because this is always a game that is eagerly anticipated by the rugby league world.
Ooh, Brian McDermott's on commentary.
Despite the weather and the travel problems, have come from far and wide to watch this contest. Speaking to a couple of Wigan fans who travelled here today from Dublin to be at the DW Stadium and had a hair-raising flight into Manchester Airport, then discovered that they couldn't get a train from Manchester to Wigan, ended up coming round the northwest virtually to get to the ground in time for the kick-off. They would not want to miss this one.
Barton, here we go. Game is on the way. Wigan Warriors versus Leeds Rhinos. Let's go.
Those fans, but you'll see commitment on show. It was a game I always look forward to in the season. And look at these players here, ready for the challenge.
Show you the lineups now. We're just waiting for kickoff. This is the lineup for Wigan Warriors to play at Leeds Rhinos today. And then this is your Leeds Rhinos side to play Wigan Warriors tonight. I will say football needs to do lineups like this so you can actually see what it's going to look like on the pitch. Because I like that.
Will be hoping to make it back-to-back wins, of course, after.
So it'll be an interesting vote on who you think is going to win. At the moment, we have got 25% for Wigan Warriors, 75% for Leeds Rhinos to win.
Agonising defeat, that valiant defeat against Daryl Powell's Warrington side last weekend, with 12 men for most part of the game.
I thought they were very good last week. Lots of energy, commitment.
Oh no! Oh no! That annoyed me yesterday.
Some quality players in the half patch is exactly what Leeds Rhinos need, but you know, both of these
doing my blooming head in.
Early wins keep notching them up to build some confidence.
Stop you! Hold! Shite!
5 senior picks for the Leeds Rhinos not available tonight. Of course,
you don't have to say it every 5 seconds.
Dwyer suspended, but you've got Harry Newman still not available. Richie Milo for Satua. Reece Martin away on compassionate leave.
Well, lads in the studio talked about Liam Tyndall before the game, but you've got to give a mention as well to Corey Johnson.
You can tell. Wow. You can definitely tell the wind's going to have effect if the ball came backwards.
Back towards his side.
A bit of trouble. And that's it.
Like Barry was saying, good luck to both sets of wingers and fullbacks in this. Conditions have been terrible all day. You can see the
Wow.
towering kick from
So kicking's going to be interesting today.
Wing just takes it backwards.
I'm fairly sure the lads in blue and amber, Blake Austin will be budding it up high. He'll be looking to make it as difficult as possible. And Aidan Cedar with that short kicking game.
So guys, let's get your question in the chat. Like, sub and subscribe if you are new.
Leeds offside. And there's a knock on immediately from Cade Ellis.
Players celebrating. They know, don't they? Every contest, every challenge, every involvement, particularly with those big boys in the middle. There's a hand on that ball. Cade Ellis experiencing the DW for the first time. He has a smile on his face, but he won't want to be doing that too many times.
Just having a word with referee Liam Moore, saying try and spot it next time. In a very gentlemanly way, I thought, Cade Ellis.
It was respectful, wasn't he? He knew that there was a hand on the ball from Pryor. Like the rest, you've got to keep a better grip on that. We're really impressed with Alex Miller.
Be interesting to see how this game goes, guys. Put down your thoughts on how you guys think the game will plan out. Nice to hear your guys' thoughts as well.
Just back after a long absence because of a knee injury, sustained at the end of July. So he'll be looking to get back and re-establish himself in the side. Competition for places in Leeds team this season. When Richard Agar gets everybody fit and back, could be an interesting conundrum for him. There's some young, talented players on the outer as well, keen to get their chance, breathing down the necks of these Leeds players. Meanwhile, here is the season.
Here comes Leeds. Ooh.
Then the kick comes through. Oh, great hands from Jay Fields.
Well taken at the back.
Sounds like they're a very Leeds are a very physical team. They like to not let anyone get through. Very physical.
Competition last week.
Fucking hell!
Good hands at the back.
I wouldn't want three of them up against me and just pushing me back like I'm a piece of meat.
Marshall, Jake Bibby, Zach Hardaker.
Because then that just shows.
And of course, there is the
Because then that just shows how good you are strength-wise if you can push one player all the like a few yards back.
salvaging the situation for the Wigan Warriors.
There's a real change in mindset from Wigan here. I don't think we'd have seen that in 2021. They were impressive against Hull.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But it was the want and the willingness to promote the ball and use the ball that was the big difference for me.
So Wigan kicking into the winds. And getting a bit of distance. And then Jack Walker, his second game back after missing all of the 2021 season. So
Is it number one? I don't know if it was number one you on about to me.
Tyndall. His first touch, very strong, very competitive.
Oh yeah, number 6.
I like the way Cruz Lehman plays. He's like a forwards hook, and he brings you onto the ball, gets you over the advantage.
Yeah,
gets the half-backs interested.
Yeah, and apparently it's still ongoing.
Wigan attacking the end, populated by a goodly contingent of their supporters who brave the conditions.
There'll be one thing I will say and give praise to. Anyone who's turned out to go support both teams because of the weather being absolutely dire, I have to praise you for risking it. Because that shows that you're a proper fan, that you go and watch your team despite whatever weather it is.
The Leeds Rhinos
Then you're a proper fan.
through Blake Austin. Have a little look at that short side. But decent play. They started in good field position, the Rhinos. They'll be happy just to spend a little bit of time and try and put some pressure on the Warriors near their own try line.
Yeah, because Luke always moans about him.
Last time out.
So,
Willie Isa, his 12th Super League season. 3 tackles gone, and they're kicking early.
Early kick again. Because of the pressure, they must have felt themselves under. A great decision from Sam Powell. Look at that chase.
yeah,
Chase.
that's why.
A day like this is important.
As I said, whoever's turned up to go and watch either of these other whoever's turned up to go and watch both of these, support either one of these, give you praise, because the weather's been that shit. You might have thought I might as well stay home and just watch it at home. But you go and support your team no matter what the weather is.
The captain leading from the front there.
Work from Sutcliffe. All those backfield players from Leeds Rhinos all tipping up well over 100 metres, running metres last week.
Caesar gets the pass away.
I just keep looking at one play, because you were saying that you're interested to see how he is, and that's that number 1 for you. Because this is like his first game back from injury. He was out like the entirety of last year, that Walker. Yeah, because that's why that's why a lot of it, when I'm watching, I keep trying to figure out where he is and just watch how he plays, because I'm interested.
I've just checked the weather. It's currently 5 degrees. It feels like -1, but I've just been told.
But I'm the same as you. I'm interested to see how Tatavanu plays, because there's been a lot of hype over him.
So no more complaining from him.
Okay, and meanwhile, Wigan have conceded possession. The ball dropped by Kai Pearce-Paul.
Can Tyndall please go on a run like they showed it on his debut? Do that amazing running. That'd be amazing. You get me off my feet. As a neutral, because I just think.
Pryor manages just to get that ball out of the grasp of the Wigan defenders. Now he's Morgan Gannon. Young Morgan Gannon, 21 years of age.
Wow. He looks like he could be. This is someone for the future. That he does. That even you've been telling me about that Gannon, because he sounds like if he keeps getting the team regularly, you never know, he could become something.
Brings him to the ground with the assistance.
He's got to keep.
Leeming manages to get the pass away. Caesar, Mella now. Still going.
Yeah.
2 tackles gone. And Leeds that close. Wigan back on their own try line. Here is Briscoe in the centres tonight.
Yeah. And if you get a chance at that young age to get the opportunity, this is the best chance to show what you can do, because then you might get picked in the future.
Still got fire in the belly. Caesar
Go on.
booms the pass.
Oh, unlucky.
And somehow survives, and I think
Unlucky. Unlucky there. Tyndall nearly went through. Absolutely nearly got clattered.
To ride this tackle, the big looping ball over the top. He stands his ground,
himself and all
gets rid of
Marshall.
Marshall. Said he's a powerful player. Young Liam Tyndall, look at him, he sets himself for that collision.
Certainly no textbook.
That Marshall, he's lucky, because if he put.
The Rhinos look pretty aggressive in defence.
Marshall's still nursing what looks to be a
I can have a.
on the elbow or
Oh, I can.
anyway, so penalty
I'll have some info. I have to.
the Leeds Rhinos.
It could be that he could have family that could be English.
Score here at the DW Stadium, and Leeds pressing. Caesar, Gannon.
Oh, yeah.
Into the clutches of John Bateman, top tackler for
Yeah.
Wigan against Hulkingston Rovers last week. Leeming gets the ball away
Oh.
to Tetivano. Referee urging the Wigan players to get back on their
There you go. Good play.
And here is Blake Austin.
Oh my God, dummy! And absolutely foxed him. He absolutely foxed him. He turned him a new one.
Under the noses of those Leeds Rhino supporters.
Yeah.
On his debut, having been suspended for last week. And Blake Austin.
Try for Leeds, folks. 4-0.
To cut back infield and claim the opening try of the game. Superb strength and footwork from Austin. And he's
Wow.
off the mark for his new club.
He's another one. He's another one who does that. He's the same thing that Josh Charnley does.
Down here, they're all lined. They've looked to throw the ball around.
Respect.
Wigan to play outside of Leeds. And when you've got someone like Blake Austin, everyone knows that he's got a massive show and go.
What he just did was insane. He thought, I'm going to throw it. No, no, no. You ain't. I'm foxing you. Have it. Cheeky little twat. Cheeky git. But clever.
And they fall for it, Wigan. Big start from the Rhinos.
Ironic though that it came off the back of that big hit from Liam Marshall on Liam.
I'm interested to see who kick him.
Conceding the penalty in the process.
Big night for Tyndall, isn't it? Just
Here we go. We'll be able to see us kick in today.
Rhinos haven't been the first team
Interesting.
last Stu live will be
Are you
tested
correct?
here on merit. It's a big opportunity for the young man.
Meanwhile, Blake Austin reunited with Aiden Caesar, and Caesar having the kick.
There we go. More points on the board. 6-0 to Leeds Rhinos. If you guys like to stream it, the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new.
Excited about these halfbacks. Aiden
And
Caesar, Blake Austin, the understanding and the timing that they've got.
what we'll
but
do,
also the
because I
confidence.
forgot to put it on, I'm going to do it now.
He's going to do that, but he's stopping it. That's
Hope you guys do like the new sound clip we've got for the try comes in or a goal goes in football.
Let's go back downstairs. Hear more from Jenna.
Yeah, we were talking a lot about Liam Tyndall tonight. I actually grabbed Richard Agar after our pre-match interview, and I asked what kind of player he was. He said that he was a strong ball carrier. He has an unpredictability about him, and pound for pound, as good of a player as they have. And remember, he's only
We'll
12
end
years
the
old.
poll
There he is
there.
in possession.
So we'll start a new one.
Yeah, some talent they've got there. And if he gets another run in broken field, you'll be able to see maybe a
Ooh, nearly got through there. Nearly got through there.
almost try that we showed before kick-off.
Terry and I were at that game. We were out of our seats clapping him. He did everything but score.
Another high kick, and Jayfield waited for that to come, and he was fortunate that the bounce was straight into his arms, but the ball is doing all sorts of wonderful things up there in the Wigan atmosphere. The wind swirling around still.
There won't be a lot of kick. There won't be a lot of kicks. Will not get far in this game.
Picks the right decision when to run. And he's creating havoc early on, making it easy for the next player who's going to get the ball.
There we go. We'll do poll one for you guys to vote.
KPP tied here's Paul. Wigan venturing into Leeds territory. This is the first time since we've got underway. Apart from the kickoff. Yeah. Good kick.
Ooh,
Good kick,
that's
and Marshall was chasing it.
good defending. That is.
Walker came across. It was untidy. Now then, here goes Tyndall. But Leeds dealt with it.
He's safe at the back, isn't he, Jack Walker?
Let's get some questions in the chat, folks.
Liam Tyndall.
It was a kick chase as well, wasn't it? Early on when they were...
When your kick chase has to be spot on. Both these sides got incredible kickers. But there's an old saying, isn't there? Kick's only as good as its chase, and everybody's
Yep.
on the right page, and certainly on that kick. As soon as he knows that his job is to catch that ball, Jack Walker, he's got 3 or 4 Wigan shirts in front of him.
His Caesar now.
At the moment, we played about 15 minutes. It is Wigan 0, Leeds Rhinos 6.
Pass away, referee says went forward.
Well, that's Hanley. He cuts inside. And they look to shift it over to his side. Look, you see it's coming in. Bit of a knock on.
Hi, Josh. How are you doing on this fine
Couldn't quite get over
Friday
it.
evening?
From Sutcliffe, good offload, but you can see the mistake from the winger.
Ash Hanley not able to gather that ball. Just turned 26, the Leeds wingman.
Vice captain as well this year.
Oh,
Showing
okay.
more responsibility.
All right then.
Big voice in the changing room, but the way to possession for the Rhinos, 70-30. We've got it as, and the Warriors make a mistake. Forward pass.
Well, forward pass.
Wow. Mistake from Wigan.
Leeds Rhinos, they've been all the action.
Learn to not pass the ball forward and you wouldn't have that problem.
Paul is normally so smart and reliable. They'll be disappointed with that. Maybe that's just an indication of what the wind's like as well. And Matty Pete, well, first game in charge at home. He's very passionate, excited about the challenge of coaching his hometown club.
Yeah, massive night for him. In charge the first time for a home game. Here is Tom.
No, I'm doing well, Josh. Doing all right, Josh. Just enjoying a good game of rugby.
Pryor now.
Thought I'd spread out the content on this channel and bring a bit of rugby to it. Split up between rugby and football.
Now they've got some defending to do.
That's a good direct carry from young Morgan Gannon.
There's Caesar. Drops the ball off to Cameron Smith. Starting loose forward again tonight.
Guys, want to put any question in the chat? Yo, welcome to put any questions and I'll answer as many questions as you can.
He's got the scent of it against the Wigan defence.
You know it's coming, but it's just trying to anticipate when.
Slightly, I can see Leeds Rhinos scoring the next try. I can see it coming.
Matt Pryor will do that. No nonsense front rower, Matt Pryor. Well, the Leeds fans have taken him to their hearts. Glad that he's signed on for another 2 years.
It's good to watch your streams, mate. Thank you for it. You're welcome.
Is enveloped by Wigan defenders.
It's good to do these for people that are unable to watch these. That's why I do them. So people can watch the stream, know what's going on, know what's happening, what the score is, know what the time is. A little bit. The only thing that's annoying is the timer. I can't stop it. So when the clock stops in rugby, I can't stop the timer on here, unfortunately. So if I do, it goes back to blooming 0 on the blooming timer. But like I say, so far, not a bad game. Yeah. That was good.
Liam Farrell now.
No. No, because if you heard my reaction to that, I went, "You cheeky little git," because he thought he was going to throw it, and I thought, "No, you ain't throwing this. You're not allowed." I'll just go and score. So that's someone being like, "I thought I'm gonna go and pass it, and I'll just be a cheeky little git," and thought I'll do it myself. But I like it. You could have been slightly in trouble when you give away the scrum, but then Wigan went and just ruined that.
Because Alex Mellor runs to bust. The mentality to run to bust will get your nose through.
Thank you.
Your number 9 at the back, half a chance.
Walker.
You guys want, and I even said to one of my mates, I want to see this guy and see what he is for like speed wise, and I'm interested because he showed him nearly scoring a try on his debut. I'm interested to see how it is today. If he
have a look up the field, spot a gap and just go for it. So quick at the back to your field.
Liam Marshall wriggling, trying to get to his feet, appealing to the referee.
I think I would play a bit of rugby, but because of how my legs buggered up, it's made that I can't do it. So I think I would have if I didn't have all my problems.
Bateman has a little chunter, complains. Cade Ellis just on the towards the halfway line, and Sam Powell appealing for something there. Tommy Luluai. Farrell gets the pass away to Kai Pearce-Paul, who will be celebrating his 21st birthday tonight.
There's a lot of people are saying that's the one for the future.
An emphatic victory. Well, a victory will do in this contest. The kick is high. And well done, Tyndall underneath.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He's away! What the fuck? Fucking hell! That Tyndall can run. You wouldn't want to say. Wow. You wouldn't want to do.
Probably one of the quickest players in Super League, but the youngster decides to take.
Wow.
Yeah, if you look at it, you could say, yeah, maybe he should have stepped off his right foot, gone on the inside of the field.
Yeah.
He backs himself.
Listen, this is all about learning at this level. There's some very harsh lessons. I'm not qualified to talk about making breaks and what a winger should
You won't want.
One of the best
Yeah.
wingers I ever played.
This
with,
week.
I ever watched.
Yeah.
I was ever around was Martin O'Farrell. He would have hidden it away in that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Wigan did the same mistake that Cas did yesterday for their first tries. If they give that to Tyndall, he'll be away and no one would catch him.
But mark my words, that is a player, Liam Tyndall, that will be scoring tries like that for many
That's the one
years to come.
NRL pre-season tomorrow. South Sydney versus New Queensland.
Coming up includes Souths against North Queensland. You can see that tomorrow 7
Ah.
and Gold Coast.
Oh, if one of them was the Sharks, I would be interested, but not one of them's the Sharks.
Sky Sports Arena.
Ah.
Just a taste of the NRL warming up for their new campaign.
I've already got my predictions for
Well, what a
next season. I think Cronulla Sharks finishing top 6, but just like 6th.
choice to see.
Just go one better than we did last season, finishing 8th.
Flying up the sideline, a fullback doing his job to perfection like that. Little kick in fields, and Cameron Smith comes across.
That youthful outlook. There's no consequence.
Oh, you hammer you academical in disguise. Could you just remind me of their shirts? Wigan Warriors.
It's one of the best things to see. Young player backing himself and having a real go.
What's so bad about this guy?
Furious with himself, Jack Walker. He's just put that ball around.
That's a bad one. That you can't afford to do that close to your line. You've got to hold the ball, look after possession. Conditions like this, field position is massive. We talked about it only a couple of minutes ago that Wigan had hardly been down this end of the field. And the Rhinos
He goes, what? Here we go. What day is the Roosters on?
Oh, and immediately the ball is spilled, and yet
Well, that's tomorrow.
he'll carry on. The referee
Tomorrow at 9. I think it was 9 in the morning.
playing like them. But now surely Liam Moore is going to go to the video ref, Ben Thaler. I just wonder whether the ball was booted.
And this is an interesting question. Who is the fastest player in Super League? Oh, that's an interesting. From yesterday, same guy from yesterday.
No try and there's been no tackle. So can we go to the knock-on, please? Or where the challenge is. Right.
And he's a part of the only Sale Shark squad to win Guinness Premiership.
Pass backwards. What's it?
Whee!
I can't see up there. Has it come off his arm? Or his leg? Can we have a close in on that angle?
Wow.
please? And slowed right down. The ball is passed. It hit his arm. Then let's
Yeah.
have a look where
Yeah,
the ball
Rhino.
is. The ball
Yep.
hits his foot. It hits his arm.
Could be a lot.
So that's clear. Does the ball then hit the ground or his foot?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to say, one thing I will say, and this is about the try that could be given. The try that could be given. The reason why they said it could, or what they said it could be given for, was that and also because it did hit his arm, but the difference was it didn't go forward. It actually hit it and went backwards. So that's the reason why it's gonna more likely to be given is the fact that it went backward after hitting him. If it went forward, it wouldn't be given. Which, if it was me, I'd be going. If it was me, I'd be going. Slice of good fortune. Continue on and still try and get the win. That's what you can do.
Had a good look at it, and as we sit
It's been given. It's 6-4. At the moment. If we go, what is the score? It is. At the moment, we got the kick to come to make it 6-6.
Keen, eager and motivated to get his hands on the ball as much as possible. He's got his side back into the
25 minutes
and he should lock it up.
played.
got to try and
And the score is 6 apiece.
trying a goal already here tonight.
We are not playing darts, Wigan. But I will say this, Wigan Warriors, you got lucky.
Last year and Jim Fields come in and you just got to put yourself where all the action is. Give yourself an opportunity, keep on going. And Jim,
Field. Well, he's one of those all-action players that the Wigan fans will love watching week in, week out.
Who do you support? We've had 5 votes. 80% Leeds Rhinos, 20% Wigan Warriors.
And so it is proved. Well, there were question marks about
In my in the
well, they've come up with a new way to
poll, who do you support? 20% Wigan Warriors, 18% Leeds Rhinos.
In the week, but you look at them last week, Bill. And last year, people were saying that they were bored and only averaged 3 tries again. Last week, they scored 5 tries, and Matty Pete, the coach, says,
Oh, who? I gotta try and remember now who scored for both teams.
we've seen today, what we saw last
Blake Austin scored the one for Leeds Rhinos. I'm trying to remember Wigan's.
in Sheffield. They've got
Yeah, and Jay Field scored for Wigan. So I'm trying to remember names. There's a lot of names to remember because about nearly 22 names to remember.
2 tries in the regular season. He got 2 tries in the pre-season friendly against Warrington. Hanley underneath that.
I think out of all these players, did you say that there's another player's just come on for Leeds?
And the Warriors now just looking to try and turn the screw and make some huge impacts down there Leeds' line.
The biggest disappointment about that try, and it'll be the talk at half-time, is everybody stood still and watched. The players in
That's the one thing. If I was a manager, I would be crucifying these players for saying, even though it's hitting backwards, why did you stop? But you still should play to the whistle, and the referee didn't blow the whistle until the try got put down. If they didn't stop and just let it happen, try wouldn't have happened.
Last week.
You learn from your mistakes, carry on, and
Fires a kick downfield.
And start playing.
Is underneath it. And Field keen to take him on.
Well, he's looking to skip outside of Sutcliffe. Just does enough just to get all them, but they're giving a set restart away. Trying to slow him down. James
Set restart.
outside of Sutcliffe. Trying to play it quick. It's prevented.
who's taking conversions for Leeds? It is Aidan Cesar, I think. Yeah, Aidan Cesar is taking it for Leeds.
Wigan's only dream team pick.
But I'm saying the first one, for the first try with Aidan Cesar, I don't know if he's going to be taking them all. We'll just have to wait and see.
3 tackles gone as he plays the ball.
Because if he ends up
Tommy Luluai.
getting substituted at some point during this game, then it will be someone else.
To Field as Jake Bibby cuts back in field. Bibby standing, looking maybe for an offload, then decides against Dax and Sam Powell. Cust.
This is really,
Luluai quickly
this is an end-to-end game.
Kai Pearce-Paul and Wigan's top offloader last year is a man that Leeds have got to watch.
Jeez, that guy's got some strength.
He's held
That
and
guy's got some strength.
the referee.
Bloody hell.
Opportunity now as Tommy Luluai puts the kick in. And
Wigan's number 21 managed to nearly push 3 Leeds Rhinos players, and he was still going forward.
Great work from Kai Pearce-Paul over on
You've got
that.
to have some muscle strength to be able to do that.
Constantly breaks the first tackle. We know about that offload game. He's been more selective with it in 2021 so far.
Penalty to Leeds.
Tommy Luluai and another committee chase. I think here's Kai Pearce-Paul breaks the tackle.
But when you do big hits, you have to be careful it's not too high, and you can get sent off or sin binned.
Huge pins of his. He looks like a baby giraffe at times, but they seem to get him through contact, and he's a formidable player.
If you want to learn how not to do that and get sin binned, don't learn from Sale Sharks, because we always get 2 players sin binned per game. We're the worst for it in rugby.
So Leeds with Tom Briscoe. And Wigan really let him off the hook there. Clap of the hands from Cruz leaving, urging his team on.
Checking. See if there's any other rugby stuff on tonight.
And up to the halfway line come the Leeds Rhinos. Oletsky now with that hamstring strap.
He's got some leg drive, hasn't he, Oletsky?
Cameron Smith.
I'm surprised you can still play rugby with that strapped leg.
Forward from the Wigan
If it was football, you wouldn't be able to.
Liam Byrne makes the tackle on the Cumbrian.
You'd be told to be sitting on the bench, or sitting behind it and having to rest.
Whitfield is there. Caesar on the follow-up makes the tackle. More Super League action coming up on Saturday evening. Catalan Dragons take on Wakefield Trinity tomorrow 4:55.
Wow.
Sky Sports Mix for that one. Safe journey
Yeah.
to Billy Coaching and his team.
I think I would say in yesterday's game that Williams was the main player for Warrington, because he was troubling Cast the most. Some stuff he was doing was insane.
Settling down a bit. Patrick now.
Especially for one of the tries when you literally decide, I'm going to use my feet, think I'm going to jump, and then just throw it. Like, in rugby, they like foxing people out by doing things like that. Oh, no. Have they got it sorted? Leeds. Ooh, I got away with that one.
And it's come up for Fields. 6 to go, says the referee. Walker's hand.
Leeds have got away with that one.
Back into Wigan territory.
Some news. Let's see if some news happened here. Yeah, Wigan have got a player out for 2 months, and Cast have signed a new player.
Yeah, that might have been a bit of a let-off for Wigan Warriors, but they're going to try and capitalise on it. Morgan Smith.
See what's happening in Rugby Union, because the game at the same time. Worcester Warriors 7, Bristol Bears 0.
Donaldson is down low, and then there's a trio of Wigan of Leeds 7.
And in the United Rugby Championship, Munster 10, Edinburgh... No, Munster 20, Edinburgh 10. Fuck. That's my dad's team, which is Edinburgh. No. Unlucky.
Sutcliffe was there on the last, and that'll be the turnover, well defended by the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, John Bateman thought that he saw some space then, running it on the last play. Now's his time again. He give the ball to Thomas Lulaway on the left-hand side and just let him just try and build pressure, get another set of 6. He goes for glory, and it doesn't come off.
The fact that Aidan Caesar is on the floor probably makes
And
his mind up.
there is a game on at the moment.
The intensity just getting a little bit higher.
There is a game on at the moment in League 1. Rotherham United 0, Wigan Athletic 1.
Pin Leeds Rhinos and keep them as close to their own try line as possible. And attack while they're in defence. And Richard Agar, well, it was all the Rhinos in that first quarter.
No, it's Rotherham United 0, Wigan Athletic 1. Which is a surprise to me, because I would have expected Rotherham to be dominating the game. Rotherham have had only one. Rotherham have had one shot the entire game with 61% possession. When you think they would score at least a couple. But nah.
So Leeds got to ride the challenge.
Let's see if there's any.
32 minutes gone, 6 points apiece here at the DW. Briscoe.
Ha! Here we go. Latest news. Casa still shite. Rushy. Latest news. Casa still shite. Oh, here we go. Now this is making it even more hilarious. Like I can see where he's coming from. And he's put, do you think Wigan's badge looks like the Costa Coffee logo? I can see where they're coming from on that one. I can see where they're coming from because it's got the same colour scheme. I can see where they're coming from. That is hilarious. That is cheered it up. That is hilarious. Looks like Costa Coffee logo. Oh.
Donaldson and Mellor doing the tackling. Mellor just puts a shove and
That was hilarious.
Here is Type's ball now. Tommy Lulaway.
Come on, we want some more points in this game to make more entertainment.
Bibby to Marshall.
He goes, who's...
Choice, doesn't he? Comes in and presses Bibby. Because it would have been a 2-on-1. Look, he's got a...
Here we go. Who's Sheffield Eagles got weekend? We don't play this weekend.
The play unfold in front of him. Puts pressure on Bibby. and gets the result that they're looking for.
We don't play.
Really tight contest. 6
Game
points
called off
apiece.
due to a waterlogged pitch 48 hours before the game. Supposed to kick off on Sunday.
Sean, what's the verdict?
Yeah, it's going okay. I think it looks a pretty intense.
So, but originally we were supposed to be playing Batley Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're testing each other.
But now it's going to be a game in hand.
The boys, you can tell it's looking pretty quick.
Which really we don't need, because we're going to be nowhere
What are they talking
near
about?
the top, which game in hand will come in handy.
Possession.
Yeah, a little bit. I think we're creating some good numbers.
But
on the edge.
we'll wait and see.
Yet, but we don't want to stop pushing the ball. Stop
So,
spaces. So yeah, just try it.
can I have a look?
But, yeah, I think we're looking all right.
And I'll let
Sean,
you guys know.
here's Donaldson.
Oh yeah, here's an interesting fact. The very first Hall of Famer in the WWE class of 2022 is the dead man, The Undertaker. The there we go. Spice the things up if you guys are into wrestling. We can have, if you guys want to have your views on that, I'm happy. If you guys want to spice it a bit up in the chat, get a bit of a conversation going, that would be a big one.
I'm not sure that's his job though, Tez. I know he's an incredible player, Cruz Lehman, and is the capability to step in when he's needed. But
The legend that he is, and rightly so. And then who do we? I'm just checking who we play next. We play. Way get in. No. Breaking news: Feathers in the Super League next season. Dirty Cash relegated. I'm gonna break some news to that one. Not if Witness Vikings have anything to say about that, because they're top of Super League, the Championship at the moment. So they're gonna try and get in the way at the moment. If they can get past them and get first, then I will say they'll go up. Unless it might take them two to play each other to decide who goes up. If you guys want to know who Sheffield Eagles' next game is in the league, we are playing Workington Town in 2 weeks.
Caesar makes the tackle, and it's Wigan maybe on the last tackle who could come up with something.
Next game.
Bateman
Next game's in the Challenge Cup, and they play Hunslet School Parkside. Hunslet Cup Parkside we play next. If we don't win that, then literally the whole team should be sacked, and they'll be told to go home, and the wages should be docked.
and the commitment of Aidan Caesar denies him over on the right. But if those
And they'll end up getting stick for that, because they're like an amateur side.
Tommy Luluai showing all the skills. He's not nutmegging himself. Throws it through the legs. Zakada made that break on the right.
I love
side.
to see it. Only played 3 games. Yours in for a tough one. Interesting.
was unopposed.
Well, they're building into this game. The Warriors, I think the confidence is growing in them. They are attacking. They're doing the route one stuff, getting the hard yards up, kicking games.
Just reading questions and stuff as well.
Seem to be well and truly in the game.
38 minutes played, 6-all. Nearly a try, but someone slipped.
Near the line. Well, this is a good carry behind the ruck from Maletsky. And Liam Byrne does a decent job of just slowing it down.
Here goes Leeming now. Loops.
Oh, the elements, the pitch is getting to people, and everyone's slipping all over the place.
Just managed to get a hold of it on the last. Outside of the boot. Nice little dinked kick from Aidan Caesar into the corner. And Tommy Luluai with work to do from there.
You can see what he wanted to do 2 minutes to go till half time. He wanted to get the ball off the field.
That's why don't you get Tyndall to go up against him, and he can keep up with him.
Against the Warriors down near their own line.
Kai Pearce-Paul, the player Wigan signed from the London Broncos before he'd even played a senior game. Such was the talent that they'd spotted. And he has fulfilled that expectation. And Wigan have been back to the well once again, haven't they, with another couple of recruits
Who?
from the Broncos.
Who's a different gravy?
Now then, can they finish off this first half on a positive note? Here is Field and Field. Cameron Smith making the tackle on this dangerous fullback. And he's got a point there, Jay Field.
They're getting stronger as this half is just, in the last few minutes, some marvellous work from Liam Marshall. Earned the 6 again. And the shift in the ball from left to right, Wigan.
6-6 at the moment, nearly at half time, folks.
Now, Bateman, nice offload to Jay Field. And Field cutting through.
Oh my! Yep, game over. Now game over. It's first half. That. More drive. I worked because I didn't know what to say because I thought that was actually quite a good try, to be honest. But still enough time to go for Leeds to get back in it. Try for Wigan Warriors.
Field, he lets Wigan Warriors go into the changing rooms in the best, brightest mood possible.
Wow, he used to play for Parramatta.
The last kick of this first 40 minutes.
Wow.
So Leeds, who led by 6 points to 0 early on, who started the brightest, with Austin's try converted by Caesar, but have gradually been under the cosh as this first half has progressed.
Last kick of the first half, folks.
Come back to lead 10-6. Kick to come. Jay Field on top.
Yes, kick the points. Half time. Wigan Warriors 12. Leeds Rhinos 6. Not out of it yet by any stretch of the imagination. One try and they are literally back in it. And like I always say to anyone, believe. It's not over to the fat lady sings.
Weathered an early storm from the Rhinos to work their way back into this round 2 contest at the DW Stadium. And thanks to Jay Field, Wigan have a 12-6 lead over the Leeds Rhinos. Of course, the Rhinos, remember, hunting their first win.
You heard about Harry Useless Cup Maguire might be getting stripped of captaincy. Fucking hell, I didn't hear that.
And the Warriors' performance thus far and what Leeds can do.
Cristiano shit ass Ronaldo shite.
Till then, bye-bye.
Yeah, and he goes, it's a good question, any of you two get in WWE 2K22? Yes. I'll be getting that because I always get it every year, just in last year because there wasn't one out last year. I love it. Is Luke Messenger's mate playing? Stop the poll then, we'll get one out so you guys can give your thoughts on what you think of the first half. For Leeds Rhinos, you just need to get someone that can stop that player from scoring those tries and not causing you any more bother. There we go. the part for you guys to vote. What did you guys think of the first half? I will agree for that game. Comes out in a few weeks' time and looks better than it's ever done. I'll give that. So it looks like the year we're about bringing out to talk about something while half time out for 2K. They've actually done something right, not having take a year off, see from their mistakes and made it better. We already know one game that's not going to be ever doing that, and that's going to be FIFA. FIFA will never take a break to make their game better because they'll lose a lot of money. So it's half time at the moment, folks. Leeds Rhinos 6, Wigan Warriors 12. We're still a long way to go. That is true. Can't be any worse than 20. Can't be any worse. At the moment, we've got, what do you think of the first half? 50% on interesting and 50% on could be better. Ooh, that's going to be a good boxing match. Kelbrook versus Amir Khan up Kelbrook. Hopefully he gets the dub. Well, let's check on some other stuff, see what the scores are for the game in. Here we go. So at the moment in Rugby Union in the Gallagher Premiership is Worcester Warriors 14, Bristol Bears 14. In the United Rugby Championship it is Munster 20, Edinburgh 13. And then at and it's still 1-0 Wigan away at Rotherham. And Torino are losing 1-0 at home to Juventus. So that, and let's see who has got the goal in that one. And the goal is scored by Delict for Juventus. And then the other one is Mainz 2, Leverkusen 1. Let's see what people put in the chat. So, see what you guys think of the first half. Keep your votes going in the chat. Thank you for the 2 likes in the chat. I highly appreciate that. It'll be interesting to see what the views will be at the end of this. Will be, because I know it will be better than the football ones I always do, because I never seem to get a lot on them nowadays. Depending on what team I'm playing, doing it on, makes all the difference. So let's see how it's going so far. Yesterday's game that I did was Warrington versus Cast. That's at the moment on 249 views. This one at the moment is on 84. So it's going not bad. Could be up to nearly the same amount as last time. As like yesterday, so that'll be interesting. But let's see. I got the last time I did the Leeds Rhinos, which was the start of last season. And that, just to spread out. And that is on 331 views. See if we can beat that today. This will be the highest rugby live watch along I have done on the channel. So let's see what you guys have put on here. Let's see. Still the same. Welcome to the 5 of you in the chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. So, just keep an eye on other things. Wow, it's half time. Just yeah, it's been going. Not really any. So we have got news that Jota will miss Liverpool's game against Norwich tomorrow. And they don't even know for Newcastle if Trippier will be back this season. So his season could potentially be over in the Premier League before he's even properly got started. So that is a little bit unfortunate for that one. But hopefully we get a good second half when it all gets underway. Be interesting. Yep. So guys, put your question in the chat, like, sub and subscribe if you are new. Just waiting for the second half to get underway. But hopefully, just waiting and seeing what. Even though people might, hopefully there might be some substitutions that could change the game in the second half. We'll just have to wait and see. And hopefully, it'll be a barnstormer for the second half. Then tomorrow we got 5 games tomorrow. 2 in the Betfred Championship and 3 in Betfred Super League. You got Hull FC versus St Helens in the early kickoff. Then you got Huddersfield Giants versus Hull KR at 3 o'clock. Then at 5 o'clock you got Catalan Dragons versus Wakefield. Then in the Betfred Championship you got at 3 o'clock Whitehaven away game at Newcastle Thunder. And at 5:30 you have London Broncos away trip to Featherstone Rovers, which I think will literally be like a 70-0 whitewash, because they will just wipe the floor with them. I'm saying that respectfully. London Broncos, you do not stand a chance. And then on Sunday you got Salford Red Devils versus Toulouse at 5 o'clock. You've got Workington versus Halifax Panthers at 4 on the Sunday. No Sheffield Eagles versus Batley Bulldogs that got called off. Bradford Bulls versus Barrow Raiders, that's at 3 o'clock. And also at 3 o'clock you got Leeds Centurions away to York City Knights. And then the Monday night game in the Betfred Championship is Dewsbury Rams home game against Witness Vikings. So let's see, folks, how the second half goes.
Box office. And tomorrow we have got Premier League football for you. Tottenham the visitors.
That's going to be some game. Spurs versus Man City.
To reverse 2 consecutive defeats. Super Sunday, the first of a double header, sees that
Oh, Leeds versus Man United. That's going to be some rivalry.
Against Manchester United, 1 p.m. Sky Sports Premier League, and that is followed by Wolves Leicester, 4 p.m. same channel. And the Genesis Invitational is on now. It is day 2. It's on Sky Sports Golf for you from California. Well, from sunny California to windswept Wigan, it is the home side, the Warriors, with a 12-6 half-time lead over the Leeds Rhinos, who have been good in that first 40 minutes, very much in this contest. The home side taking the lead in the very final minute of the first half through a sensational Jay Field try. He scored an earlier try of a Jake Bibby kick, inverted commas. We're going to discuss that in a little bit more depth at the end of this game. The teams are back out on the field. Leeds Rhinos are certainly Wigan Warriors to come.
Here we go. Second half is about to get underway, folks.
Terry O'Connor and back to Bill Arthur.
Leeds with somewhere to do to turn this round in the second half, and Tommy Leway emerging with his side. Apologies to the Wigan Warriors captain for having aged him prematurely in that first half. He was 37 in June. Snowfalls, the flakes, players come out. Tommy Leway probably won't be another season of this, but it's a compelling contest, this, and lit up by that man, Jay Field, with his 2 tries, following on from his performance in the opening game against Colchester Rovers, when he got a try and a goal. And he has put Wigan ahead. Wigan doing some way to atone for the misery they suffered at the hands of Leeds last season, because it was 14-0 when Leeds visited Wigan in August, and they returned the month.
Here we go. Second half is underway.
8-0 playoff victory. So Wigan have that as motivation, and Leeds have the motivation of trying to get
So here we go.
W on the board for this new Super League season. Beaten narrowly by Warrington in the opening round last weekend, and they don't want to be taking on the Catalan Dragons in their next assignment, but Headingley next week with 2 defeats on the board already. Catalan up against Wakefield tomorrow, a game you can see on Sky Sports tomorrow tea time. Leeds in possession at the start of the second half.
Well, the Warriors, you know that they're going to go after Leeds Rhinos. In the opening 20 minutes, the way the Rhinos started the game was really strong and committed. Wigan through this man in particular. Thought he was outstanding. His speed, his awareness.
Here we go, folks. Let's see if anything exciting can happen in the second half.
The 6 and 7 need to get involved a little bit more. Aidan Caesar, Blake Austin. We saw flashes of it in the first 10 minutes when he scored his try. They're going to put their imprint on this game.
Here's Liam Byrne. Prominent figure last year off the bench. 25 of the 28 games he was involved in, and 24 of those were from the bench. Byrne.
Sounds like you're happy.
Dean Thompson on for the Rhinos. Change has been made by Richard Agard at half-time.
There's Mago. Strong figure. Referee calls held eventually. Powell. Luluai. With a kick into the middle of the field, and it's Tyndall who gathers it. For the Leeds Rhinos, this young winger.
It's good defence, isn't it, from Bateman? Smith is just driving him back.
Hopefully something happens, but we're just going to be patient and wait.
By a cherry and white wall, can't get through. And the Warriors like to get their ruck control right here, work with the referee, and Cruz Lehman again goes from dummy half and just trying to nick some meters.
Leaving in possession, looking on from the sidelines, assistant coach for the Rhinos, Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Jamie, what's the call at the start of this second half for Leeds?
I Bill, yeah, really happy with where we started the game, but we've got to respect possession and territory against a team like Wigan without being too conservative and far too many errors.
The guy that you just mentioned, it looks like this guy knows his stuff.
6 points down because of it. Just about starting again.
And that's a good thing, that's what you need.
Cycle and competing and asking questions.
How do you turn this round? How do you ask those questions?
Stick with the discipline, raise the intensity, and just stick to the plan.
Oh, the guy that you tell me about who liked to get into a scrap and a fight.
Thanks, Jamie. Jayfield, dangerous. There's a lift from the crowd.
With all the fighting and punching.
Certainly exciting, isn't he? To play it. I said before in the first half.
Mental. Because what the videos that you sent me was mental.
Both of those men playing.
Ooh.
Real subtleties in the way that Wigan are playing. The big men are encouraged now to pass the ball. So Liam Byrne, there he is again. The previous player encouraged to pass the ball. Use it. Don't just be a battering ram.
Some power into the moment. Mago gets the pass away. Cade Cust. Runs into the clutches of the
Here we go.
defenders.
Last kick for Wigan here.
Dean Thompson. Now here is Field. Farrell. Farrell is able to offload. To keep the ball alive. Farrell spins it wide to Luluai. Change of direction. Here's Bateman now. Weaving Bateman. Kai Pearce-Paul, and Kai Pearce-Paul puts a good kick in.
Oh, it's a ball's down for Wigan, but having to wait and see.
Another referral to the video ref coming up. Liam Moore. What's his call? He reckons it's a try. Did Powell get that ball down? Was he onside? That is the question, surely, for Ben Taylor.
Video referee to match director. There's an on-field decision of a try. Tackle 5. Please can we go back and check all the available angles for the onside, offside, and then through to the grounding, please.
So just checking to see if this is going to be given as a try. We're just going to wait and see.
On the foot, they're all onside to the left-hand side. That's all I'm concerned about. Number 9, if you play it on, Luluai is also onside. Picks the ball there. Right, I need a tight angle on the catch. He's got the ball in the right hand. He's still got his arm there. He's still in control of the ball. Right, I need to go back.
Oh, he drops it.
Look at this.
He drops it.
And
He drops it literally with inches.
he's in his right hand there. I think I lose the ball. Probably to see if it's still in his right hand or arm. He could have it tucked in his body. If he has it tucked in his body when it's grounded, that would be okay. But I just need it slowed down on another angle. Live call try. It's tucked in his arm there.
He does lose grip of it just at the last second. But he said if it still touches his body, it can still be given.
Please. And if you can go forward from here. The hand is on the ball back point. I can't see any clear separation. The wrist is still on the ball. If it
There weren't a lot of angles on this try. And I thought VAR in football takes long. This takes even longer.
If we go back to the other angle, please, and we leave it on that. So it's in his right hand.
But it does lose grip.
It's still in his right
It does lose his hand, but does he still have touch on it? That's the thing.
point. It's still on that angle. It's still on. It's still in contact with wrist.
But I think it said if it's still touching his arm or some part of it, I think it still gets given. Which is a bit weird. Try! Try for Wigan Warriors. That took a long time to make that decision, but could have gone either way. That could have gone either way.
Got an awful lot of skill. You can see that he spotted the space before Sam Powell turned up for it. And as soon as he gets the ball, you can just see him wait and wait for the gap to present itself. Look at him. He's looking up, he sees it, he kicks it, and Sam Powell's aware of that danger. And because it was sent up as a try.
If you're thinking that someone's going to score the most tries in the season, you think this guy could be it. Oh, he's now done it. He's got the ball. Oh, he's just gone all the way. Yeah. There's a little bit of something going wrong with Leeds because you just seem to not be playing the way you are. It's just something. Yeah. But what doesn't help? But you've got literally some of the biggest teams in the league other than yous that you're playing against them straight away. But what slightly I think doesn't help that you've had players that could have literally done you in this game and not playing or being injured, which doesn't help. It just one mistake your manager's made. You haven't got the right person up against this player. That field. Whoever's up against him is slow, can't catch him. The only player in your team that could catch that field would be Tyndall, and that's the only one that could keep up with him. He could keep up with him with one waving down me. That is quick. But I will say, if you get the next try, you could potentially get something from this, but you have to be the one to score the next one now. And this is not like Leeds to play like this.
The second half started a few minutes ago with them very much in the contest and looking to
what's the highlights of you?
We're in this contest.
They would have been disappointed.
I watched your last game against Warrington, and you played a lot better against Warrington.
8 minutes on the clock, and it's all been Wigan. 2 tries, and 2 wonderful tries as well.
Is it all going to pot?
I was going to make the comment about a big man. It was KPP, who's a centre stroke back row, who puts the kick in as the Rhinos are offside here. Pulled back by Liam Moore. And then that one-armed offload from Patrick Mago. Absolutely loves
This is
to
apps.
promote the ball.
Wow, I never thought I'd be seeing this result today.
As an offloader,
Thought it'd be a lot more closer than I thought.
actively looks for it. You're a bit more confident throwing it. He was only 10 or 15 metres away from his try line, Mago.
Little chip kicking ahead, and the chase is on, and it's Walker who gets back to gather the ball for the Leeds Rhinos.
What?
Referee, though,
What?
gone to the screen.
Whoa!
Somebody's got a hand in there to ground the
But Walker has his hands on the ball.
Walker was gathering it. That's unbelievable.
Okay, video referee to match director. There is an on-field decision of a try. There's been no tackle. Please, can you give me all available angles? I need the kick first, the onside, offside,
What?
and then through to the grounding. Pause on the kick right. Can we look at the player to the right-hand side and drop it on from there?
What has Walker done wrong to cause all this? He looks like he's done nothing bad in it.
Play on, that's fine.
Or was he let go of the ball or something?
Ball carried arm is up. He's
Ah,
backwards. Pause it there. Just go back. Just go back slightly.
ah.
Let's go from this. This contact. The ball's
I'm glad I'm not video referee because I wouldn't give that because it's a little bit of... He would have still had it in his... That's a bit harsh to give a try just because someone's had their hands on the ball and then just kick it out.
Tunisi's try from Wigan in the first half with that Jay Field one from Biggs flick. We've seen another one now because
Another try. So basically, the most shittest tries you ever see, Wigan will get them given. Wow.
In rugby league, you tend to get what you deserve, and Sam Powell is the hardest working player in a Wigan shirt. Week in, week out, in attack, in defence, his service from dummy half, the way he
As soon as you... Yeah.
and make sure the big men, when they get a bit tired, stay honest, just puts himself in that tackle, and through no fault of his own, the knee touches the ball, it comes out of the grasp of Jack Walker. I'm going to say it again, field position.
So basically, it shows that those two are like a big focal point of the team.
he's missed for the first time. But what a start. 28 unanswered points from Wigan now.
Well, sometimes you don't really...
You know if you're not careful when you play your next game, if you're not careful, you don't get your players fit. This could happen third game in a row because you know what Catalans are like for scoring a lot of tries. Because last season they were scoring tries everywhere they went. They were scoring like 30 or 40 points in the game.
And you know what Jack Walker's trying to do? He's trying to keep the ball in the field of play. He's not quite brought it away from his body, but it's not as secure as it would be in field. He's trying to tackle behind.
I will be shocked. I will be shocked if your manager praises these teams even though they've lost for a good effort. And I thought, what's he on about? He has to rip into the players to show that they've not been good enough, and literally say they've not been good enough. Because you can't be going every game and being like and praising them because it means you can play rubbish and then you're making that the players are good.
12-6 at half-time. Just look at that scoreboard now.
Because if the players hear the manager saying that, then it might get into their heads. Play better next game. We've got to go for it.
Seemingly everywhere, capitalising on every slip from the Rhinos, and Harleka did just that.
At least if you can get a couple of tries back and make it not as a high scoring defeat.
Or even the mindset from Thomas Lillywhite kicking on
Oh, great.
turning the Rhinos around, forcing the error.
Plays the ball. Powell. Luluwai maybe fancies his chances here. He's stopped by Caesar.
So basically, if you knew,
Bateman's pass.
Oh, so you got.
Here's Liam Byrne now, and Byrne, Alevski and Tedevano stopping him. That's the
So,
first tackle.
if I'm. And this is me being.
Farrell over his head, finds
No disrespect to Leeds. If you keep playing the way you are, I surprisingly could see you being second from bottom. By the way you're going.
Bad place to turn the ball over.
No, but because there'll be at least one team that won't win like all their games by now, and you'll be like that. Well, that's what I mean. But if you'll be down and round about there if you're not careful. If you don't get a win under your belt.
ball from the Wigan Warriors.
No, but just at the early stage until you get all your players fit, then you'll be up to where you were.
Feel more bad news for the Leeds Rhinos. Both Ash Hanley and Cameron Smith have come off. They've both gone down the tunnel for treatment, and it's unlikely that either will return tonight.
Wow, that is.
But I think the couple of games I see Leeds Rhinos play last season, your main focal point was that Richie Myler, who your kicker is, who you say is absolutely brilliant. You're missing him massively because he's like a hard hitter. He can go in he's like a brick wall. And the other couple of players that you've been saying.
Competition, isn't it? Only at round 2.
Exactly.
Bill, I can't remember which side you said it about.
So it looks
When the coach has got a full
So it looks like you might have to draft some players, some younger talent.
It's like a unicorn. It's a mythical beast. A full side.
Complete selection.
Yeah. You know what
I
it is, but I've never actually seen it.
I don't know if you can buy any. Is it not very similar to like football that you can't go and buy anyone now? You get a certain window. Oh, so I was just making sure on that one.
Good defence that, and they've been first in those key areas in those battles within the war. The Wigan Warriors, as this game has grown, first 20 minutes.
One thing I'm praying, I'm hoping that this doesn't not. I'm gonna say thank you, Wigan Warriors. You might have dented my view on this video, on my stream. You might have dented my hopes of getting high views.
Still trying to get my head around that because you can't have seen that is just infinitesimal opportunity because
Dented my hopes.
Walker had let that one go when everything
Come
was
on.
happening, and he still
If you can at least make this a respectable scoreline, at least you can take something back from it. But I don't even see that happen.
looking for a big season. Captain England against France last October. 2 tries in the victory in Birmingham.
At the moment, we'll check.
Cuss now. Cuss puts the kick in. Briscoe collects.
Corey Johnson fresh onto the field. I ain't seen behind the play the ball. Looks like he's already picked up the
It is Worcester Warriors 19, Bristol Bears 14. It's Munster in the United Rugby Championship, Mustard 34, and number 20. And in the football, let's go. It's still Wigan Athletic 1, Rugby United 0. Wow. It's Juventus 1, Torino 1. And then in the Bundesliga, it's Mainz 3, Leverkusen 2. Good entertainment there.
Back-to-back victories at the start of the season. They began last year with 7 wins.
So,
Club record start to the campaign it was. And then things fell apart. Now then, have Leeds got a response here? Here is Liam Sutcliffe.
oh, why would you do that for?
There's not a lot of Liam Marshall. He's putting himself around, isn't he?
Well, he's quick and he explodes into those tackles, doesn't he?
Now then, here's Caesar. Caesar floats the ball out. And Corey Johnson just clings on to it, and then he's bundled into touch.
Well, they're struggling, the Rhinos. Corey Johnson normally a hooker. It looks like he's playing in the left centre position. You see, he tries to catch that ball, but it's good, strong defence from the Warriors.
It's a hungry Warriors defence. You can see all the hips of the Warriors facing upfield. And they know exactly what to do when that ball moves away from them. They work hard from the inside and put pressure on Leeds.
Well, the pre-season games commence on Wigan Warriors. The NRL prepares for their campaign. South Sydney against North Queensland tomorrow 7 a.m. Sky Sports Arena, 9 a.m. Gold Coast against Brisbane. Again on for that.
Here we go. Question. Here we go. An interesting one. Why is the stadium empty?
Another one on Monday is Newcastle Knights take on Canterbury. That's 8 a.m. Monday morning on Sky Sports Arena. So
Yeah, it could be.
non-stop rugby league on Sky Sports this weekend.
Yeah, due. Mark, it's due to.
Against Wakefield Trinity. And kick inside the centre circle and
Yep,
offside.
it's due to.
Stood in front of the man kicking the ball, which was Kate Cruz.
Due to the storm at the moment, which is literally that is ravaging this country with between 100-mile-an-hour winds to 80 miles an hour, depending on where you are in the country. It's different. And then the other reason is due to cases, but I won't say the name because you're not allowed to on YouTube. But you understand when I say that what I mean. So. And we don't get political on this channel, but I will say it's due to BJ's stupid rule of being a dick.
Maybe an opportunity for Leeds to turn the tide on a blustery night here.
And
Caesar and Walker.
here we go. Here comes the Leeds.
Who comes back for a second helping. It's Gibby in there as well. There's Leeming now. Zane
Here comes the Leeds.
try scorer.
If they can get a try back, you could always think there could be something in the back of the mind that could think, could it happen, could it not? There still might be a little bit.
Takes the pass from Leeming and
Because you never know. Weird things have happened in sports.
that luxury. Powell in the way. Leeming steps over him. Caesar. Opportunity for Austin.
Oh.
Austin is
Oh. That was brutal. That was.
on the last. The ball is with Pryor. And Pryor will get the try.
There we go. A try for Leeds Rhinos. Could it be? Surprisingly, I'm going to say this is the comeback on. Maybe. I'm going to say
To pounce
what?
and get his second try of the season.
That's right, 2 in 2 games now for Matt Pryor. Similar field position, good defence from the Warriors.
So basically, I've got to have a little bit of respect for this guy if he's representing Cronulla Sharks. I have respect for you. Well done. Well done.
He gets it wrong and goes between them. Great solid
The only time Sharks have ever won NRL. They've only won it once.
They're still ushering those numbers. That's a good try from the former captain.
I've seen comebacks in rugby because it's very regular in the rugby union. We see a lot of them all the time. I've never really seen one in rugby league yet.
But they don't manage to reorganise that defence, Wigan. You can see Brad Singleton, the number 8. He wants players away from the play of the ball. He wants to defend the space. You've got to defend the threat, and that's the ball.
And Pryor won the World Club Challenge on this.
There we go. The kick to come. Here we go. There we go. The kick by Aiden says, could it be? Could it happen? 28-12. Could the impossible happen?
They absolutely needed that.
If it does,
Rhinos, you could see
I will tip my hat. Tip my hat off to you.
into that hole. With the way that the Wigan Warriors had the momentum in this game, Matt Pryor, as he does so often, is the person
Yeah.
that grabs hold of that standard, drives it forward. There's still a long way to go in this game.
Here we go. Let's see if the Rhinos can bring and show that they're going to be up there.
Singleton there, two rough, tough characters.
There's not many that do that to Mikolaj Aletsky, especially when he's got a big run up like that. And with Aletsky on, Pryor on, Tetabana on, the 3 big units now, they've got to take the
3 big units.
by example, and they're that
They're massive units.
There is the try scorer, Matt Pryor, made his 300th career appearance last weekend.
Anything's possible in any sport.
Leeming. Here is Tetevano. Bounces off the first challenge.
It's about doing the basics better than your opponent. In the opening 20 minutes of the second half, they fell off badly, the Leeds Rhinos, and the Wigan Warriors have took this game. They're spreading the ball into the inexperienced centre, Corey Johnson. It says he's right, he's a hooker by trade. Kick chase, building pressure, and keeping Wigan penned down.
Oh, high kick, and he's been allowed to bounce, but Marshall was there.
When that ball was kicked, I think it was only really Aiden Caesar who was chasing that.
Who scored for Wigan? Most of them were scored by Jay Fielding, I would say. Most of the tries were scored. Sam Powell and Field are basically scoring the tries.
Nicker up against his former club, coming up with the error.
Called Big Gun. The guy who's called himself Big Gun from Wigan. He thinks he's hard. And just to say, and like I say, you must be big and hard because you eat too many pies.
But they need a result and spend some time down here. But the Wigan Warriors need to do what they've done before.
That's a penalty to Leeds, another try. And it will definitely be game on.
When he rolls over, he tugs it out right in front of the touch.
Another momentum shifter.
It is now Rotherham United 1, Wigan Athletic 1.
Another Leeds try here, and we really have got a game on. Because Wigan have dominated the second half thus far, but Leeds may be sensing an opportunity for all the fact that they're down in numbers with players off injured. They're enjoying a bit of a purple patch here now.
Hi John, how are you doing on this Friday evening?
To Caesar. Caesar's short ball, it comes off.
He just sees a gap open up. And was he looking for Alex Miller? Alex Miller's pushing up. He goes for the short ball. It's a good line.
He messed up there.
Chooses the line to go outside of Cade Cust.
He's asking a lot though, isn't he, Tez? Yeah. He's virtually in the line there. Good player that he is, Alex Miller. He's already got a defender all over him, in his grill.
In his grill.
Opportunity goes begging for the Leeds Rhinos. And with the clock running down,
You're not a gangster commentator.
more of that
In his grill.
situation, if only getting the ball back. Instead, they turn it over. Here is Morgan Smithies. Still only 21 years of age, but quite an experienced campaigner now. Former civil contingent in the game. Set restart signal, and Leeds really have let Wigan off the hook
Well,
there.
they're trying to slow it down, the Rhinos, aren't they? That's why they're giving the set restart to wait. When you defend near your opponent's line, you want to make it slow, you want to make it difficult for them.
Singleton. Here's Powell now. Cade Cust. Impressed in his debut against Hull Kingston Rovers last week, the former Manly half-back. And the Wigan
Leeds need to get the next try.
like what they've seen so far from the new man.
Start with your whole shite.
And Luluai, another kick into some space, and Liam Moore just manages to avoid the ball. Walker.
That is a cruncher. That was a cruncher.
Tom Luluai just seems to love defending, doesn't he? Liam Tyndall
That was an absolute cruncher.
well, carried the ball strongly, bringing the ball away for the try, and not much space to find any gaps. Keeps turning up the youngster.
Corey Johnson plays the ball. The crowd a bit hushed at the moment. Probably teeth are probably chattering. That's something to do with it. A bitterly cold night at the DW Stadium. Thankfully, the promised hail and
I knew how was it going. Ah, it's going alright, doing a lot of streams recently, all going well, but
Leeds are not completely out of the picture yet, but now they're running out of time, they're running out of space.
I think
Possession away and a clap of
my most views I think I'll get will be from the stream today and the rugby stream I did yesterday. I think will be my two biggest streams of the week, view wise.
Whenever the man's got the ball, you see Corey Johnson, he just gets caught up by Kaipi's ball.
And then it can let me know if it tells me to do more rugby streams, and it'll be interesting. Spread it out a bit more.
But this is hurting Leeds, isn't it? The fact that they've got Corey Johnson,
Piggybacks, basic mistakes,
and they've got players out of position.
Absolutely, yeah. That is made more difficult by the fact that people are being pulled all over the field, playing in unfamiliar roles.
I mean, they started the game with major absentees, and then in the course of the game they've lost more players. Not doesn't justify anything, but this is the second game of the season, and you're talking about half a dozen first-choice players. Okay, Reece
Wow.
compassionate grounds, he's unavailable, but there's suspension, there's injury.
A couple of suspended, Fussy Tour,
But that might just be due to the wind.
Bentley and Fussy Tour, two of the marquee sort of players that came in.
Brad Dwyer's not available as well because of suspension. It changes the way
Yep.
the Rhinos play, the flow of the game.
At the moment, it's if you guys have turned up late, it's Wigan Warriors 28, Leeds Rhinos 12.
Kaipi's ball, he flicks the ball out, Hardacre couldn't take that.
So a little bit of hope a comeback can happen, but it's just a case of waiting and seeing.
He's got Corey Johnson, who is definitely out of position, slightly out of his depth with the big man in front of him. KPP might have been better.
Good. How do you think Chelsea is going? Ooh, that's a good. I don't really do a rugby, but I'll answer it. We're doing alright. We won the FIFA Club World Cup. We're world champions. We get to wear that beautiful badge that no one can ever take away from us, saying that we're world champions, and no one will be able to say we don't deserve it, because we do. And I'm looking forward to seeing those players again on Tuesday night, wearing that shirt with the saying world champions on with that badge. I can't be proud to see the players wear that because they deserve it. 110%.
Jamie Jones Buchanan, when we talked to him, said the side was happy at half-time.
And the main one who's going to get my praise, his name's King Kai. The only other player to do it, other than Messi, to score in the Champions League final and the FIFA Club World Cup final. No one else has ever done that, other than Lionel Messi. So that's a good thing to be up there with the likes of him doing something like that. Not even Lewandowski himself has even done that, and that guy is good. At the moment, the views of the last game is on 249. That was yesterday's game. The views at the moment for this is 123. And there's still 10 minutes to go. Confident? Yes, I am confident. Very confident that we will beat Palace tomorrow, no doubts. Even though I've watched something today and someone's predicted a Palace to beat us 1-0. Which I thought, you got to be out of your mind. Do I think another try will come? maybe. But it has to be Leeds that score next to stand any chance to get anything from this game now. And it has to be quick so they could have a chance to get another one. But time is not on their side. Man, game on.
They look like they're enjoying the night's work here, the Wigan Warriors, don't they? Everybody's keen.
73 minutes played.
Difficult night for the Rhinos, and
It is 28-12 to Wigan.
over on that left edge for the Rhinos. He's had a lot of work to do.
Here is Mago, who's run strong in this second half. And Wigan sensing an opportunity to increase their points tally here. That's the fifth tackle, though, in front of those Leeds Rhinos posts. The ball with Kane Cust, and he fancies his chances, and Cust gets the ball away.
Game over. Done.
Kane Cust was held, but he still managed to get the pass out. And Liam Farrell was alert to the opportunity, and Farrell gets his first of the season. He did 80 minutes against Hull here last week. I think he's got
32 points to 12. That is it. Wow, I didn't expect this result today.
Great work from Kane Cust, doing his best play, positive impression, steps, short goal. The Rhinos think they've got it covered. But a really intelligent.
And like what you've said to me, there needs to be a couple more, like you said, a couple more players might need to be bought because of this performance.
Stays there, supports. Has enough to collect.
In certain positions, there seems to be that they're finding a gap in a certain spot on the field, which seems to be doing you over. Which seems to be in the midst, literally in the centre of the back. Yeah, because you need someone. That's what you need. So you might need to get someone who can play in that position, or get a few that can play in that position, and then make it that no one can get through, because that's what you're going to have to try and do.
Which have been scored, I reckon, from a combined distance of about a foot. The pair of them, if that.
Didn't have any right to get that ball away, did he then, Kane Cust? There's three players there.
Yeah.
That's the mind.
Thank you very much. I would appreciate it. To be honest, I miss these relaxed streams. Yeah. Just me sit here relaxed. And to Leeds Rhinos fans, this guy is a shithouse in Zaharega, who finally has actually managed to score some points because he's a shithouse. 34-12. Let's get see what scores happen at the moment.
Coming up tomorrow evening, 4:55, Sky Sports mix Catalan Dragons against Wakefield Trinity. And the two sides looking to get off the mark in this year's campaign in that contest in Perpignan, where the weather, by the look of things, is considerably better than it is in this part of the world, in this country.
Someone's getting treatment. Thank you very much, John.
Enjoying a bit of rehab at a local water park where they've been enjoying the conditions. And here is Liam Marshall chasing the kick.
Oh, nearly another try for Wigan.
There was a little tug, maybe no.
He did what he had to do. Zayn Tetaban puts his head down, goes for the contact. One Cust misses him.
Well, I wonder, was there a little tug from Liam Tyndall?
It's Liam Tyndall and Liam Marshall.
Video referee to
got water and Lucasade. They're getting treated like kings.
We pause it there. Everybody's onside.
Oh, it gets from bad to worse, please.
The ball is then kicked again. He then pulled the ball. So from that angle, Clears goes. So it's kicked. The foul takes place then. The ball clearly then goes. Dead. Can we just have another look on this? Can we watch it at full speed if possible, please, as well? Okay, right. Thank you for. I'm happy. I've seen all the available angles I need, and I've made my decision.
So Liam Moore waits for the decision, and of course it's no try, but it's what happens to Liam Tyndall. And Liam Tyndall, with that little nudge that we spotted on Liam Marshall, will end the game in the sin bin. Just the faintest of touches, but it was enough to knock Marshall.
Guys, want to put any more questions in the chat? I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
Fella says there's definitely contact after he's kicked the ball. When the ball was initially kicked, I thought Liam Farrell was just stood in front of the man who kicked it. Well, that's it for that youngster for tonight. He's done and dusted. May as well go and get a shower.
I would if I was in this position. I thought, that's me done for the night. I'm going and getting some warm water on my body, and I'm gonna get spruced up, ready to go home.
But just haven't been in this contest in the second half.
I'm sure Richard Herring, I'll be honest, in his assessment after the game, they've been blown away in this second period.
Actually, even if you're winning or losing, getting sin binned at this point in the game is actually a good time, because it means you get it all to yourself and get sorted without all the rush of everyone else being in your way.
And that man who passes the ball,
So I think cleverness, but it was stupid what he did. He didn't really need to do anything like that. But you're thinking, if I didn't do that, they would have scored.
Discipline is so important. Discipline in terms of how you apply yourself to the game plan.
But you also got to think, it did take you 7 games to win your first one last season.
Piggybacks by falling foul of the referee. Give yourself a chance. The forward pass there from Wigan.
Let's hope you don't go through that again.
I've missed scrums, mate, I have. You can see.
If you guys got any questions to put in the chat, I'll try and answer as many as I can before the end of the stream.
Watching Albert Vette play at scrum half last week. But I do like
78 minutes played.
around the scrum with the fullback at loose forward.
Liam Moore's life flashed before his eyes then, the look of, get me away from this.
Put in another
So it's
poll in the chat. A quick
back-to-back defeats
poll in the chat for you guys.
campaign for the Leeds Rhinos. Last week was narrow and in adversity with only 12 players on the pitch for a large portion of the game, 11 at one point, and yet they still took Warrington all the way. But here, well, apart from leading early on, never.
First 20 minutes, I think it was, Bill.
So that is for you guys to vote. See, did you guys enjoy this today? So it's nice to know if you guys didn't enjoy this, if you did enjoy it, and even if you guys put you don't enjoy it,
3 games they played together.
then put down in the chat reasons why you don't enjoy it, so I can know it and what I could do to make it better. They're literally, you've got to be 110% better against Catalans.
On home soil for the first time as head coach, it is a very satisfying, satisfactory conclusion of the evening for them.
And how Catalans played last season, they were scoring nearly 50 points per game. Last season, they were scoring tries for fun. If you can get some of your players that are injured at the moment getting fit for that, then I think you might actually have a chance.
There is really no doubt about the outcome of this contest. It isn't over yet, and Walker might have the last word. Eventually he's brought down as the young Leeds fullback. And Wigan celebrate. Jay Field celebrates a hat-trick for him tonight. Handshakes, back slaps on the gantry for Matt Leeds Rhinos. It's 2 from 2.
Full time, Wigan Warriors 34, Leeds Rhinos 12. I want to say it was a good entertaining game, but just from if you guys were a Leeds Rhinos fan, from your perspective, it would be absolutely thinking, what the hell's gone wrong? That's just injuries at the wrong time, and it's just unfortunate. But like I would say, you've only played 2 games. There is no need to get worried yet. If you get near to the halfway point and you're still in this position, then you can start to be worried. If you can get your couple of wins under your belt and get on form, you never know what can happen.
They will not get carried away. Remember, they started what was ultimately a disappointing 2021 with 7 consecutive Super League
Yep.
victories.
And hopefully you don't do that again and don't lose your first 7. You got to do better than that, and it'll be a better off season.
Well, they were superb around just before half-time, just after half-time. You get stats all the time about periods of games and where you score points, where you concede points.
So, full time, 34-12 to Wigan Warriors. Like, subscribe with the notification, get it. Else, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Next stream's going to be on Monday. That's going to be for Napoli versus Calgary in Serie A. Then you got Tuesday will be Lille versus Chelsea in the Champions League. And then on Thursday will be Napoli versus in Barcelona. I think on Thursday. I'm trying to make sure of this. I'm trying to make sure of everything at the moment. I get the correct things for you guys.
Okay, let's hear from the player of the match who will feel like a new signing both for his teammates and the Wigan Warriors support.
I'm gonna check the Napoli versus Barcelona game to check if I'm gonna do that game to make sure. So I don't know if I'm going to do that game. I don't know. It depends on the time it kicks off on Thursday for you guys. So let me have a bit of a look. That game kicks off at 8 o'clock. And the views of this stream is at... This is just the end of it. This is just ending it off to let you guys know the schedule for the stream for next week. So you got Napoli versus Calgary on Monday. Chelsea versus Lille on the Tuesday. Break on the Wednesday. Because we're gonna have a break on the Wednesday. Then I'm going to try. I'm not going to be doing, unfortunately, I'm not going to do Napoli versus Barcelona, unfortunately, because I know I'm not going to get the views that I need. So I'm going to do Leeds Rhinos versus Catalan Dragons at 8 o'clock instead over it, because I think I'm going to get better views on that one. So that will be done Thursday and Friday, don't know. We'll wait and see the rest of it. So that's your schedule for next week.